Okay, pre-calculus, we have landed on Unit 5.3. So we're going to be talking about coterminal angles, and you're just going to love it. Okay, so coterminal angles are, oh, wow, angles that have the same initial side and the same terminal side, but, and this is the key, different measures. And that is where we will struggle. Okay, so what do you mean by this, Miss Griggs? Well, here we go. Let's talk about a coterminal angle. Let's say I start here in standard position and I go positive in the positive direction to right here. So I've got a positive angle measure right here. Okay, so a coterminal measure for that would be a negative angle that starts in the same place and ends here. So there's a negative right there. So notice that it's got the same initial side and it's got the same terminal side, but it's negative. So what you have to remember when we're dealing with coterminal angles is that you can have a positive coterminal angle, or you can have a negative coterminal angle, not in replacement of each other, but you can have multiple coterminal positive angles, you can have multiple negative coterminal angles. What I'm saying is that both signs of angle are a possibility. So my initial angle is in blue. That's the one I gave you right there. This was an initial angle, and I gave you a negative coterminal angle. But now let's see what a positive coterminal angle would look like for this, because I showed you the negative coterminal angle, but a positive coterminal angle will begin here and it's going to end here, but it's going to have a different measure. So if I start with a positive angle and I want a positive coterminal, meaning that it starts and ends in the same place, but it has a different measure, that means that I have to rotate it one more time around. So as many times as you can rotate, which is infinite, that's how many positive coterminal angles you can have for this initial angle. All right, so let's look at another example of this. Let's say I start with this angle right here. So here's a positive angle. So I'm going to call this my positive angle 1. All right, this is my positive angle 1. I then, in return, want to find a positive angle that's coterminal, meaning it starts and ends with the same initial and terminal sides, and I want to find a negative angle that is coterminal. All right, so when I find the positive, and this is just one positive and negative, not the only ones you could have. So if I want a positive coterminal angle, I'm going to start here and I'm going to end here, but it has to be a different measure. So it can't just do this because that's the same angle measure. It has to do this. Okay, so it's the initial angle of positive 1 plus 360 degrees. So that's what your positive coterminal angle would look like. All right, so a negative coterminal angle, I'm going to start here just like before, and since this one's a negative, I'm going to end here at the terminal side. It's going to be that measure right